I just bought this van in mint condition, 2018 model, it's only 2019, and I'm about to take a grinder and a chisel to the bodywork. Hey guys and girls, yes it's me, and we're still working this as part 2 of the T6 project. I'm still smiling, so it must be early days. Got a screwdriver, very important piece of toolage in the hand there. So we're gonna fit some bulbs today. These are like day running light bulbs, but they're quite bright and they're very low power, so it should be good just for general economy in the whole system. In the grand scheme of things, they're not going to make a huge difference, but you'll sort of see why in a few seconds, and what my thoughts are on these bad boys. So we'll go ahead and fit those, which is cool. And we've got a split charge system, probably the wrong type, because this is just a standard traditional split charge relay, voltage sensitive relay, which apparently doesn't work in the T6 vans, because the T6 vans have got smart alternators in them, and they regulate the voltage out to the battery for efficiency. And the other thing that we're going to fit today, which I'm particularly excited about, a sliding swivel seat. Now, traditional swivel seats just sort of swivel the seat, yeah? You might have to sort of move it around a little bit like a small figure of 8, but this one comes out on rails, and you can actually move the seat around in here in the cabin and sit on it and position yourself in front of the cooker, for instance, or closer to the table and that kind of stuff. So that was M1 crash tested as well, and the total is about 350 quid. It's a heavy beast. It was really heavy picking it up, but yeah, we'll go ahead and see if we can fit that. Cool. There's a little catch on the right hand side of the driver's cockpit area down by your feet, so you can grab a hold of that catch, and then just under here there's another little catch for the bonnet, and that'll give you the ability to pop the bonnet up. Great news, there's none of these metal rods that you need to use to, you know, make the bonnet stay up. This is all sort of gas struts and everything, so it stays up on its own. Big battery over here. And then these are the lights I'm talking about. They're the little day running lights, and they're really easy to get in and out. So you just quite simply pull off a little plastic cover here, get your hand in, and if you rotate it, boom, there you go. It pops out as simple as that. So plastic cap comes off there, just in here. And that there is the light bulb assembly. So what we're going to do next is just push ever so slightly on the top and twist, and that bayonet connector will release the bulb very easily. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pop in this new light. Something to understand about car lights is they have a detector system that recognizes the resistance of the filament, and if the resistance of the filament has changed significantly, it believes that the bulb has blown, and it will throw an error on the dashboard. So what you want to do is you want to find bulbs that are called CanBus bulbs, and these ultimately they have a resistor in there to fool the computer and make sure that the detection system doesn't throw an error unnecessarily. Oh, look at that, versus the incandescent bulb. Now, which one do you prefer? Yeah, I think that you'll be seen a lot better, and they'll last an awful lot longer as well. Cool, let's do both of them. Righto, time to get the front seat out. So, tools at the ready, and spare bulbs and replacement bulbs can go in glove box for now, I think. Yeah. Okay, this is really easy. It's just a case of undoing, excuse me, 8 bolts, and then the seat just pops straight out. Did it in the previous video if you want to watch that one. So an important part of this process is making sure, if you watch the other video, the first part 1, you'll notice that I removed all of these connectors from the seat, and you've got to make sure that these all sit flat, because there's a base that's going to sit on top of this. So next job, taking a 22mm socket, remove these rear studs here. This plate is really, really heavy. So here we go. Okay, everything's positioned in place. Once you've got the 4 front bolts aligned and this plate in place, what you're going to want to do is unscrew all of these. And once you've done that, you can then slide this seat back to reveal the 4 studs that go down into the footwell, and you get provided with some long bolts and some washers, so you can pop those in place. You also have on the top here some bolts, and these bolts can be used on here like that. So, using all of those, you can secure this base plate in place. But as you can see, this swivels, rotates, slides backwards and forwards, and it has 2 lovely rollers on it as well, so it doesn't ruin your lino or whatever it is you're going to put in your van. This is one really cool swivel seat. I can't wait to have a go on it. Where'd I put that 17mm socket? Okay. So this is all good, as in it's got a certificate with it to show that it's been tested. So this is really great news. It's got some very clear instructions on how to fit it. This is the company, MS Craft. mscraft.co.uk. Very cool seat. So I bought myself a whole bunch of little nylock bolts, nuts. Bought myself a whole bunch of nylock nuts. Hi. Great news, the wonderful assistant is back and working hard. Oh, I love it when she works hard.
This is how you change direction.
Okay, so it's all bolted in. So what you've got to do is remove these little spin devices. Oh, I slackened them off. So you need to remove those 2. And then, if the camera lady comes around here, you can see here on the back, there's also another 3 of those. You can just, whoops, pop them down in there, and maybe pop that in as well. Okay, and then you have the ability to pull the seat back like this, rotate it. Oh! Awesome! So imagine over there's the kitchen. You can turn around and you can make some food or something. Ching 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 chong chong. Very cool. And there's none of that wiggling and trying to fix it all up and sort it all out. The great news, down here on the floor, you can see there's some rollers, and those rollers will just stop the sliders from marking your flooring.
When we argue,
Yeah.
I can just sit like that.
Yeah, you can sit there all the way back in the cab.
Hey!
Nice shoes, honey. Nice shoes. Yeah, it doesn't matter which way you turn it. It just all spins around. That's added about an inch and a bit to the height of the passenger seat. Cool. Wave at people. Yay! Alright, so what do I think of the MS Craft sliding rotating seat? It's wonderful. Yeah, a friend of ours had got just the rotating seat, and it was a bit of a pain to try to finagle it around and get it rotated. But this one, because you can just slide it all the way out, you know, you've got the ability to be able to be a little bit further out, perhaps sit side by side, look out the van window, or work on some cooking, or get closer to the table so you can eat. Or, you know, I think this is pretty good. Well, I'm not going to say it's pretty good. It's actually really quite innovative. It's quite awesome. Okay peeps, that's it for this episode. Thanks ever so much for watching. I know it's just small stuff, light bulbs and seats and that kind of stuff, but you know, we're making progress, and this feels like a Wendy house for grown-ups. This is actually quite cool. I'm starting to engage a little bit more. I was a little bit nervous when I swapped in my car and drove away in a PanelVan, but now I'm starting to feel a little bit happier about this. So thank you ever so much for watching. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. Make sure you give us a good old thumbs up, and you know, perhaps share it, or put a comment in somewhere down below. It'll be interesting to see what you guys think of this whole situation and the madness that's going on today. Cheers and beers, people.